We're here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another rendition of the All Elite Ensemble review. Your weekly AEW, the weekly AEW post show here at BC WrestlePod. And it's been a hot minute. We have missed y'all. Um, my name is Mikey, El Jefe at BC WrestlePod. Joining me tonight is Mr. Benny. What is his nickname?
That's Benny back out at the bear.
Lord help us. Man, I needed that laugh. Oof, it has been a long day, but we are here to talk about some AEW Dynamite and Collision. But before we get into all of that, y'all already know the intro bit, but because we weren't here last week, we're going to do a rapid fire succession of the important things from Dynasty and from last week since we weren't here to cover everything. So let's just get into it, shall we? As far as Dynasty goes, the most important things that you need to remember is Keshida and Okada couldn't get on the same page, so they lost their match, but we're still getting a international championship match between Okada and Takeshita at Double or Nothing coming up here in a couple of weeks. On the flip side of things as well, Maxwell Jacob Freeman ended up beating Kenneth Omega and retaining his championship. Darby Allin won his match against Andrade El Idolo, which guaranteed Darby a number one contendership to the AEW World Championships. Cope and Christian lost the tag team championship match to FTR, which we'll get into this episode as to why that is important. And Dynasty was a really fun show, but it was very, I don't want to say fillery, but I was like solid stuff. But it wasn't like on fire as Revolution was. It definitely set up a lot of stuff that we have been seeing last week and this week leading into Double or Nothing, which is the big one. Speaking of Dynamite and Collision, good graps as always. But the most important thing to come out of last week, since we weren't here to talk about it, um, Darby Allin squashed Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and it was glorious to become the new AEW champion. And he basically did what MJF did to Darby all those years ago in AEW too. And Darby won with the side headlock takeover, which was glorious and fantastic. Darby Allin is the babyface, and yeah, that is what you missed on Glee last. So that is what you've missed on AEW TV.
Man, yeah, I agree with the dynasty aspect. Like, I felt like it. Well, it felt the pay per view felt like a long episode of AEW. Like, if you would have like combined AEW Collision and then like another 2 hours, you know, just no commercial breaks. That's the only difference. Like, it was a fine pay per view, but it was definitely like a B pay per view.
Definitely was. Still a lot of fun, but it definitely was like a very setup-y type of pay-per-view, which is okay because honestly, that's what we need sometimes. After firing on all cylinders, that was Revolution. Dynasty was a nice like palate cleanser. It was nice. It was easy to watch. Didn't have a lot of complaints. And it's setting a lot of the stories up that we are getting leading into Double or Nothing. Um, Antonio Khan, hopefully this week or next week, we can start announcing the Owen Hart tournament sometime soon. But who knows? We might be getting that tomorrow on television. So, but we are here to talk about last week's Dynamite and Collision. I'm hella tired. It is late for a lot of folks, so we gon' we gonna talk about the important stuff, and then we're just gonna like mention the filler. But I have to say, Dynamite and Collision kind of did really good in keeping it to like graps and some story progressions. We didn't They cut out a lot of filler, so I'm okay with that. So let's get into this. We're gonna start with AEW Dynamite for the kids out there. And so we open things up with MJF throwing a mother tucking tantrum. And he wants that title back. And so he calls out Darby, but who should answer him but the Jet, Kevin Knight? I was like, yo, what are we about to do? And so Kevin Knight talks, gets in Max's face, calls him out on his hypocrisy. Him and MJF go back and forth. MJF threatens to take Kevin Knight's title, and Kevin Knight is like, bet, let's fight right now. And so, of course, it looks like we might be getting a TNT championship match. Everybody's in the ring. The bell is ringing. We got the championship being held up by our ref. And I was like, ooh, what are we going to do? And MJF rolls out of the ring and is just like, I will fight you next week. I was like, good old MJF throwing a tantrum and then being a complete dick.
Yeah, there's what in wrestling is called taking a powder, and then there's what MJF does on a consistent basis, right? He sets you up and then just takes it right away. I love this whole segment, like, because I love when Max is throwing a temper tantrum, and like he called Aubrey a skank. I was like, you called her what? Excuse me?
I was like, Maxwell, we cannot be using that terminology in 2026.
Those were fighting words. And he like said that like Darby cheated because like he was unprepared. Like,
just for shits and giggles,
2 hours to get ready, buddy.
For real. For shits and giggles, I hope Aubrey is the one who is reffing the TNT Championship match tomorrow.
Oh yeah, right.
That would be amazing.
Just as a fast count.
That would be amazing. Just MJF completely still continues to lose it. So, oh man. So this is how we opened up Dynamite. We will not be done talking about MJF because we're going to discuss him a little bit later as he and Darby get into it a little bit later. But we continue on with the show where shameless t-shirt, shameless merch spot. And honestly, I can't be mad at that. As an entrepreneur myself, I'm like, get a Jericho, show off this t-shirt, buy it on shopaew.com. But the demand, Chris Jericho is just like, I still want to fight you, Ricochet, and the demand. And Ricochet is like, can you not count? There's 3 of us and 1 of you. And Jericho is like, I'm gonna go find some people. And Ricochet is like, bet, who's gonna want to work with you? And this is honestly how the segment went.
Yeah, and I love the subliminal thing that like the Kevin Nealon bit that Jericho is doing right now. I've never seen a more hideous shirt with the best font I've ever seen. Like,
I'm so mad. It's giving me like those 80s like rock band t-shirts, and I'm mad that is Jericho, but like I dig it.
yeah, like I think that's Iron Maiden font, you know? It's like, oh, that's cool, but all this other stuff I don't know about. You know?
We're just giving Jericho something to do.
Like, try explaining this shirt 5 years down the road.
There's a lot going on in this shirt. We could have just had Jericho on it. Like, that's all we needed.
Right? Just like a lion on the front or something. Like,
oh my gosh.
Too much going on.
There's too much text. I'm not here to read it. So Jericho would be on a mission to find some partners later, and we will get into them a little bit later because it's like interesting. We're gonna see how Collision goes. But after those 2 segments, we finally get into our first match, which was announced the day of. This is Baby Daddy number 1, Brody King. All hail the king. That is Brody. Taking on the Blackheart Leo Rush, who the internet is still dazed and confused, and I got no time to re-explain it to people. I'm like, you're either on board or get off the train. And I am on board. I love this Blackheart character for Leo Rush. Now, granted, I know people are like, you should have explained it on TV. I was just like, do your homework. You got Google, or like one of my friends calls it, you got an idiot box. Look it up. Like, you got a cell phone. Look up this thing, guys. I'm gonna be extra spicy. I'm hella tired, so the filter is like somewhat gone. Um,
You know, it's also like, the platform that they're usually watching these things on is YouTube. Like, just type in Leo Rush into YouTube. Like, not that hard.
anyways, I'm not here to tell people what they should and should not do, but I will encourage you to do your research. But back to this match. This is what opened it up. Um, I continue to love how Leo Rush incorporates his black heart into his offense with the speed and the running around on all fours. I'm like, even at what one point, Brody King is like, I'm a big dude with a lot of tattoos, and I'm intimidating as hell, and I am slightly frightened by you.
Right? Uh, yeah, I didn't mean it, to tell anybody that what they should do either. But I'm a big fan of the Blackheart character, especially that like little no running the rope spot. Like, no, and he runs and jukes him out. Oh
Mhm.
man, uh, and the crowd at one point was like he's got rabies, which I thought was pretty funny.
This crowd was Portland. You were on a good one. We love you.
Yeah, this was a good crowd, and um, what like this one actually went uh much longer than I expected,
Mhm.
and uh, Brody doing Brody things, and Leo doing Leo things, man. Like,
Honestly, that's the best way to describe this match. Brody doing Brody things, Leo doing Leo things, and Brody King wins. Bam. What else can you
yeah,
say? Good stuff.
right.
Like,
Good opener.
bro, exactly. Brody, my unofficial baby daddy. We're gonna talk about you a little bit later at the end of the show because love it. Anywho, moving on. So after this match, we get into Tommaso Ciampa cutting a promo, and I was just like, "This is a fascinating way to sit on this chair." um, but Tommaso Ciampa makes it really clear he's gonna grab this title from Darby. Um, Nothing else to say. It's just like one of those promos that's gonna lead into the main event later.
I really like this promo, and this this really this and later on really changed my mind about Champa. Like, even though he does here in this picture, now that you're pointing it out, does look like anybody at 3 a.m. on a Saturday after too many margaritas.
Damn,
Just
happy
sitting there,
hour really was good, Tommaso. Happy hour was really good.
just sitting in their underwear on their on a chair. Like,
Like, how did we get here? Like that this is the epitome of how did we get here, but like in the best way possible.
absolutely.
Ah man. Champa, we're gonna talk about you later in the main event because right after this little promo, though, we get into Copeland addressing FTR, wanting a rematch for the tag titles and throwing it throwing in there, be like, we want a street fight with you, but we will throw in if we lose, me and Cope, we want a street fight, and if we lose, we'll break up as a tag team. I was just like, I smell a stunt coming to that Double or Nothing.
Yeah, they sort of played their hand on this one, or showed their hand rather. They sort of showed their hand, and to all the respect in the world to all the Edge heads out there, Edge's a promo has really never done anything for me. Like, Just get to the point, bro. Just get to the point.
Oh my gosh. Betty, burned at like you will be burned at the stake for your heresy. No, I'm just kidding. I agree with you.
On this day.
Oh, not the theme song. So we will get FTR's response on Collision when we get there. So after Copeland cutting a promo in the dark with like a flashlight of some kind in the back, because I was just like, what show am I watching? I'm like, oh yeah, Dynamite, because now we finally get into our second match. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, the girls are fighting, and I love it when the girls are fighting. Uh, I do feel like we've kind of missed a couple of steps in the storytelling aspects of certain things, but I'm never gonna be upset when we get like Mina Shirakawa and Hikaru Shida just fighting each other because it's gonna be good. And I enjoyed this match. Um, I'm still confused on where Chris Statlander plays in this whole entire story. Like, this is a weird telling story. The match was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. I wish we got more time, but I enjoyed it for what it was. But can we get some clarity in this story is all I am asking for.
No, apparently not.
You're no help, Betty. Jeez.
Sorry, I had to take a dramatic beat.
I love it. Continue, Boo.
You know, I really like this match, regardless of story progression. Nina, Mina, Mina, like working over the knee of Sheeta, which in the first half of this match I thought was really neat. And then Sheeta at one point just had no knee problems and walked Nina up the steps on his shoulders. It's like one of those things like, okay, that's a little odd character choice, but whatever. Um I really I think that they had amazing chemistry, and it's just nice to see Sheeta back. That's really all I got for this one.
No, honestly, I feel the same way. I'm just happy that Sheeta is back. I would like some clarity, but I am glad that after almost 2.5 years, Hikaru Shida is back. And yeah, give them more time, Tony. And I'm okay if you want to run Mina and Shida back at some point. Also, a little
Mm.
clarity in the storytelling, but you know what? It was fun. I enjoyed it. And Shida slowly inching closer to full blown heel is gonna be great. And I can get behind all that.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
like the story of this one was sort of like Tony, Tony as well. Like, what is going on? But
Now
I
I will,
digress.
yeah, I will say we did get a little plot progression on Collision. So I was like, okay, so it kind of answered some of my questions, but like we should have had something on Dynamite too, but it is what it is. Sheeta wins
Yeah,
this match, and we move on to our next segment, which was da, 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 just Takeshita Okada fighting like schoolgirls, and I'm here for it. Calling each other bitches and like cutting promos against each other. And to remind all of us that we have this international championship match at Double or Nothing. And I'm like, sweet baby Jesus and the grown one too. This match is gonna rule.
I'm so jealous for those people in New York because this match has match of the year written all over it.
Oh my god, I'm so ready for everything. Also, uh not to spoil anything, but I'm also jelly of my friend who lives in San Jose. And again, had I not already been scheduled to go on this vacation, he invited me free of charge to let me stay with him, and he would buy my ticket to go to Forbidden Door with him this year. And I'm like, if I wasn't on vacation starting the following day, I would have. I was like, why, wrestling gods? Why do you forsake me? But it's okay though.
Why?
I'm excited. I know. I'm excited he's going though. This is his first AEW pay-per-view. I'm like, ah, yes, the proverbial popping of the cherry, so to speak, of AEW pay-per-views. I am so proud.
Absolutely. And even if it is a side quest one, like first AEW pay per view was a Forbidden Door as well. So woo woo.
Hell yeah. My first AEW pay-per-view, well, technically it's not a side quest one. It was one of the big four, but my first AEW pay-per-view was Full Gear 2023.
Damn.
That was I saw that really great triple threat match between Chris, Sky, and Julia. But also that is where we got the inaugural Texas Death Match with Hangman and Swerve that kicked everything off for the next year and a half. It was insane. It was great. Anywho, let's keep this going. After these two cutting promos against each other, oh my god, like this is my favorite match from like a storytelling perspective. So also consistently putting Mark Davis on my television screen. Not gonna be mad, Tony Khan's baby daddy number 2, but I'm just gonna fast forward because this match was really cool. But I was just like in the best way possible. I'm like, oh my god, Mark Davis beat Will Ospreay due to doctor stoppage. I was like, that is how we do it with the doctor stoppages. Thank you, AEW. It's not that hard to do a stoppage. I was like, ooh, we haven't seen the doctor really stop a match before. This shit rules.
Hmm. Yeah, I really love this match. Like, what is it like? I love it how like this also played into like last week's match with Osprey, where like they almost called it in that match. Like so, this time around they did call it, and that pile driver to the apron was gross looking, even though Mark Davis probably just sat down.
He
Like,
really but yeah, but just the visual though, that was like, "Ooh, that was nasty."
yeah, because one thing about Davis is that like he's incredibly strong, but he also has like explosiveness, uh, and like a snap to everything. So like there was like one point where like he had like Osprey like sort of like jockeying the top rope, and like he just like clotheslines Osprey like just out of his shoes off the off off the top rope, and like Osprey just like lands just like all
They
awkwardly.
They
Man,
know
this
how to
guy's a
sell
brute.
and they know how to sell and work with each other too. And I put the same thing that I said about him and Kyle Fletcher's matches last year, because Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay were all closely together in the same New Japan stable of the United Empire. Like they have worked together and they know each other very well. So it's just like Will sold the hell out for Mark and Mark sold the hell out for Will, and they just know each other and trust each other very well, because you can't pull off that nasty looking spot without a sense of trust between the two of them.
Absolutely. You know what they always say? You always hit your friends the hardest. So
True.
wrestling, I'm in wrestling, like.
In the words of Two Chains, true. So now afterwards, though, was also very interesting because we had the Don Callis family continue to beat up on Will Ospreay. They came out and beat him up. And then Death Riders came out. I'm like, oh God, Will's about to die. But no, no. The Death Riders kind of have Will's back, and they literally on live television or on the replay for me, they literally commit kidnapping in front of my TV screen. And they pick up Gladio picks up Osprey, and the Death Riders take him to the back of the arena, which I was like, oh my god, what is about to happen? And we will talk about it when we get to Collision. Spoiler alert, that shit was
Ooh boy.
cinema. That shit was cinema. But I'm gonna give all my full details of that afterwards. But this was so good in terms of the storytelling and what we're doing with Will Ospreay. I was like, I don't know where we're going, and I'm kind of here for it. But like, they're playing the Death Riders are playing with Osprey's head, and I'm kind of here for it. So more of that when we get to Collision. But after this, though, let's. Okay, I'm just like, when a bad bitch walks into the room, what does she do? She has another bad bitch join her. Listen, I'm kind of spoiling Collision, but because Jamie Hayter is not cleared slash not able to compete, Alex Windsor is going to bring the fight to the Triangle of Madness. And again, Alex Windsor is a bad bitch. And so, what does she need? What does she does? She summons another one because Persephone comes out. She's like, "I will fight you." And why? Because I'm also a bad bitch. And as soon as this happens, I was just like, "Ah, Collision's gonna be so good."
I know, right? Like, wow, these two together, like, man, this is gonna be a slobber knocker, to steal a phrase, you know. But like, I, I thought it was funny. It was like, it's every woman within earshot of every woman tonight. Yeah,
Apparently, because
whole
I was
week.
just like, there are too many things for them to be a coincidence.
Yeah, right. It's like every time it's like, oh, funny you would say that. Like, we just eavesdropping, like just off camera, or what? What? Like,
And I sure, why
right
not?
outside the women's bathroom? Like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh man,
But
so these,
man, this did
yeah,
make me excited because Per se is so great.
yeah, I was excited. I was like, oh, these two are gonna have so much fun on Collision taking on the Triangle of Madness. So we will get to that match a little bit later. But after this backstage promo, guys, Tony Khan just dropped it. Be like, oh, just again, Tony Khan. We cannot just casually drop these things. Have like all of last year, be like, oh yeah, just letting you know, Kenny Omega's back and he's gonna fight. I'm like, excuse me, or like, oh, Hangman Page, Swerve is back. Yeah, that's cool. I'm like, you cannot just drop this on us. Literally an hour before the show, Tony Khan got on Twitter on the IWC Twitter and was like, "Yeah, guys, Samoa Joe's gonna have a match tonight. He's cleared. He's ready to go." I'm like, Antonio, what is this?
Going up against classic Cody Chun here from
I was like,
Team
oh man, I
Championship
was so
5.
bummed. I was like, Cody, I love you. You're gonna die. But good for you.
Man, he made every moment of that. There was
Hmm.
a couple people on this week's show who had an enhancement match, if you will, that really made the most of their moments. And Cody Chun did here too. I think anytime that Joe is on the show, everybody who has a title should be worried. But there's no coincidence here that he just shows up. No
That tr-
coincidence.
that track record is so at as so high in terms of him, like, he's literally Mr. Steal Your Title, if we're being completely honest. He's like, "Oh, I'm back. Whose title am I gonna snatch up this time?" I'm like, "All the men's champions and even the trios and the tag champs, you better be worried because Joe is gonna take that title whether you want to or not."
Mm. And if that means that we get uh, Samoa Joe versus Darby Allin for the world title at some point, sign me the fuck up.
Yes. As we're gonna say every week, every time Darby has a championship match, be like, "Oh, he gonna die." But
Yes.
you know what? I love it. So Joe wins this match. Return, happy for him. Joe is going to be a busy person because we're also going to talk about because we finally get our answer of if Anthony Bowens will be joining the Ops. We're going to talk about that later, though. Moving on. Jericho Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. He finds some people to work with for this trios match on Collision, and he has enlisted the help of the Hurt, the Hurt Syndicate business. Just we hurt people. We hurt people.
Yeah. Uh, I like this. I like this segment at the moment. Um, giving, but after time, maybe not. You know, and I did like the fact that they played on the real life drama between MVP and Jericho, and they just went. It's just business. I like that.
Honestly, I'm here for it. So they would be teaming up on Collision, and we won't talk about that match when we get there. But right now, we hear from our new AEW World Champion. Darby keeps it super simple and super short. He understands that this title reign may not last long, but damn it, he's going to give it everything he can. Then MJF and his nonsense interrupts, and it's just like, I want my title back, you little turd. And Darby Allin is just like, no, because internet, no is a complete sentence. And Darby is just like, when you have something to put on the line, then I will give you a title. So I was just like, I hope, again, it would be funny because we know that him and Kevin Knight are going to have this TNT championship match next week. I would love for Max to lose, and then he would have to win the Owen to get a shot back at Darby. Like, that is what I would love to see. But we'll see what happens because Darby's title reign is not going to be long, but I am still okay with that. So Max is going to have to work for it to get a rematch with Darby. Will he succeed? We'll find out tomorrow night. But right now, uh, uh, one more time for the camera. Match of the night, fight me, good shit. Like, my God, Tama- this gave me, and not to compare and bring up old stuff, but this gave me NXT Takeover vibes. Like, this match was NXT Takeover. It was like, oh my God, I was like, how is this free on my television? God, AEW continue to give me good wrestling matches on my TV screen every single week. Claps for both of them.
Man, this match rules. Like, the what is it, like the avalanche, whatever it was, to the floor, like that psycho driver, I think it was. And sometimes I love AEW, all right, and this is just an outsider looking in. Sometimes people have to be told no, like you just said. It was a great spot, but will we remember it at the end of the year? Probably not. But it was worth it for the moment, And I think this match really built Ciampa's stock in the company, because like he's been building on momentum since he's come in, and him getting a title shot and putting on this caliber of a match right away, like he hasn't been here for like 2 months, right? He's already he's already like fast track to a world title, which is great because he's Tommaso Ciampa, and I encourage anybody to go out of their way to see the promo that's on Instagram that happened after this, because oh my god, that is probably uh, one of the best promos I've seen from Ciampa in a long time, and he's a great promo. So it's saying a lot.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add. This was fantastic. Darby wins by making Ciampa tap, which was really fun to see and different. Darby can barely catch his breath though because baby daddy number one comes back. And okay, it was like to many, it was a simple throwaway line, but like there's one particular line that Brody said that perfectly like set up this is how you do a babyface versus babyface title match. Because it always gets crazy because they always used to go to the trap. It's like, I like you. I like you. I respect you. I respect you. But it was a throwaway line that made people many a miss, but Brody King comes out. He literally gets on the mic and tells Darby, Darby, I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're a champion. I talked to Tony Khan, and with your permission, Darby, I would like to have a championship match only if with your permission. And Darby handshakes Brody King to make it as simple. I was just like, that singular line alone in a storytelling perspective is how you book a babyface versus babyface. That is not the trope of I respect you, I like you. It's just like, with your permission, if you should, with the caveat of should you accept this match, I want to have a title match, but only with your permission. I'm like, it's not that hard, other promotions. This is how we do it. It's just like it could to many, it could just be a throwaway line. But I was just like, this is how you do babyface versus babyface. And we're getting Brody King versus Darby Allin tomorrow night on Dynamite.
Yeah, and being here for this whole rivalry in AEW at least, I'm totally here for it. And you don't need to sell me much. Those of us, the sickos, what? Excuse me. Yeah, we know the story. Let's get at it.
So this is going down tomorrow night on Dynamite, as well as the TNT Championship match. So that should be fun. And if I've read correctly, I think that Sheeta and Stat are going to have a match against Divine Dominion. So I'm like,
that was quick.
I know. I was like, okay. Also, I will talk about this more in depth next week. But Megan Bain, the woman that you are, you had a good God, girl. That match in Stardom was. Ooh! Can't wait to talk about it next week. But we're here to talk about AEW. So that is Dynamite. So now let's get into AEW Collision for the kids. This one's going to be sweet and short because lots of graps to talk about. But first, we hear from FTR. The Spark Notes version is they accept the street fight at Double or Nothing. But now it is a I quit street fight, which I was just like, not sure if that goes like if the synchronicity works well, but shit, blood and I quit, I'm here for it.
Sounds like somebody pitched a dog collar match and somebody was like, I'm too old for that.
either that or like the Will Smith meme just showed them video of the Briscoes FTR dog collar match. They're like, no.
Yeah, exactly, right?
My goodness.
I love this this silly side of FTR. Like they're really getting some gold out of this. And they're really doing a lot of the heavy lifting as well.
100%. So we haven't got the official graphic yet, but it is a New York street fight. New York I quit street fight. I don't even know how you're going to word it. There's too many words to put it together, but it's going to be a car crash, and I'm here for it. Why not? Double or Nothing. But then I'm like, but it's a New York street fight, and it's I quit, and we're in New York. So how does the athletic commission? Not my problem to worry about it, I guess.
Nope.
Not my problem. Anyways, let's keep this going because, first of all, like to kind of put everything into perspective, we had an opening with the conglomeration. FTR and Stoke interrupt this backstage moment. FTR come out to do the promo as they're leaving up the ramp. The 90s sitcom that is the conglomeration interrupt. And then we get into this match for the AEW World Trios Championship. So apparently, Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly, They're all copying Orange Cassidy's swag as they now all hold the championship belts in JanSport backpacks, which we love. um, and so the conglomeration are taking on the Don Callis family, which is in this iteration our CMLL World Heavyweight Champion Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Andrade El Idolo. I will say, someone posted a really funny meme about this match with Orange Cassidy and Lance Archer because of their heights. It looked like Orange Cassidy was motorboating Lance, and it was hilarious to see. This
Yeah.
was fun.
Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to cut you off. This was fun. Uh, I really like the idea of Roddy using Orange as a unwilling weapon, and was it Kyle? Like when he comes out with the JanSport backpack, like he's usually like playing the guitar, like playing the belt like a guitar. And I'm like, how's he gonna get around now playing the belt? And then he starts playing with the drawstrings. I'm like, oh, Kyle, never change.
I missed you, Kyle. We missed
I
you.
miss you so much. Oh,
I'm so
it's just the best.
for real.
You know,
I
like, was it like Andrade? I guess like met up with somebody in the crowd during the commercial break, and probably the biggest pop of the night was Andrade taking off his pants.
Are we surprised
Rightfully so.
though? Are we surprised though? No, we are not. And listen, not to put people on blast here, and I can't speak for my co-host, but I will say I'm not gonna complain.
Nope.
Nope. The conglomeration retained their trios championships, and we must move on.
You know, I did pick up on the United Empire looking like the Reservoir Dogs, but I was not expecting a full on Reservoir Dog scene later on.
Benny, this was oh my god, this was it was simple.
Mm,
This was shot really well. Like
yeah,
I don't have words. I was enthralled.
this was honestly one of John Moxley's best promos, like ever, possibly. Because that like slow villain type of promo he's doing right now really worked for this situation. And you know, we know that how bad of a guy Will Ospreay is willing to be at times. So he still has that inside of him, you know. He's not just the happy little lab that we know him as, you know. Oh man, I can't I can't wait to see how this unfolds. And then like I love how like they come out the Death Riders come out for the next match, right? And Mox is with him, and he gets on commentary, and Tony tries to coax it out of him, like so what happened then? And he goes, oh, don't worry about it, call the match.
So, this was awesome. And honestly, I love this. I love this mind game that John Moxley's playing with Will Ospreay. Also, Callum Newman being like a complete troll and tweeted out during the show at this moment. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, run away again." I was like, "Damn, Callum!" I was like, "We just got no love." Oh my goodness, but I love it though. I need more of this. The the fun thing is with this story, I honestly don't know what the end game is here, and honestly, I'm okay with that because usually I can kind of tell where the end of the story is supposed to go. I can't tell you where we're going with this, and honestly, I'm okay with that because I'm enjoying the ride. Oh man,
100%. I love to be taken on a journey. So, how about it, boys?
we will continue to investigate the plot as we get more of it. Well, like you said, Benny, though, because John Moxley's on commentary, because God, what a 10-man tag team field. This is the Rascals and the Young Bucks taking on the Death Riders and the Dogs. God dang, man. Like, bodies everywhere is essential, is what I have in my notes. And claps all around.
There was a lot of stuff that I've seen uh in this match, like that, like I've seen in other Young Bucks matches, but like it's not an insult. I love the Young Bucks matches. I love the ways they put together matches, right? Like the was it the sharpshooter spot? Like and like they're doing like moves in between everybody. That was so brilliant, man. Like and then like everybody like feeding into Matt Jackson's Northern Lights suplex. Like he'd hit one and then somebody would roll in, he'd hit another one. Like this was everything you wanted in a party match. And one of my biggest pet peeves about 10-man tags is that they're slow and they're plotting. You know, most of the time, what they used to be in WWE. You know, and let's just have lucha rules or New Japan rules. You know, like just let them have at it. Like every few minutes, somebody tags out. That's now the legal person. Like so much fun, man.
What a fun match. And the bad guys win this one too, which is really nice too. The Death Riders and the Dogs win. And I'm kind of here for that, not gonna lie.
I actually really like the chemistry between the dogs and the Death Riders. Like they were even doing the little huddle thing at the end. Like pretty cool. Like uh, if we would have gotten a little bit clarification earlier on, maybe the dogs could have fit right in with the Death Riders. But hey, who knows? I'm here
Who
for it.
knows?
Either way.
I am here for it all the way. So let's keep this going because after this match, though, we cut backstage. And this is where we get the plot development and some clarity for what is happening. Also, Harley Cameron, is there like anything that you can't do at this point? Because Homegirl is speaking whole Japanese to Ishida. I was just like, you can speak Cantonese, you're a ventriloquist, like you can make music, you speak Japanese. I'm like, what can you not do? But here's the important thing though. Mina and Harley want answers as to what is going on with, what happened to Tony. Mina is still trying to get answers. Cheetah being a heel, but like not being like an evil heel basically tells them you ain't shit. You can't get nothing done. You can't get these titles from Divine Dominion. And poor Chris is caught in the crossfire because she's like just trying to talk before her match. And as soon as all this transpires, she immediately leaves. I was like, damn, Cheetah,
Yeah.
you telling Mina and Harley they ain't shit. That's crazy.
Man, this was so much fun. I completely agree with you. Sheeta is definitely like that heel turn is definitely coming in hot. And actually, I don't know if stat is gonna if it's gonna be on stat. You know, but I think I think the Cosmic Babes of Wrath had a great run, and they did nothing with them. So I think the best thing that they can do is just separate them all right now. Like just get them away from each other so like they don't you see what I'm saying. But like as you were saying, like Holly Cameron, she can speak Cantonese or Mandarin, whichever one it is. I don't know. She could also speak Japanese, and uh, the only thing that she can't do wrestle. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Damn, Harley.
I,
Damn. Which no, but we joke about this, but she even will tell you she's still learning, and that's the important part.
oh
She's
yeah,
improved a hell of a lot. She's still got a long ways to go, but no, you cannot wrestle at a high caliber yet, and that is the most important word. Yet.
right, exactly. It's not fair to have Hikaru Shida, you know, Chris Statlander, and all the other people, and then try to expect somebody with less than 60 matches and under their belt keep up with them. You know what I mean? And she's doing great. I'm not just putting her down. I was just joking around.
No, Betty, you don't need to explain it. It's okay. Like we know you're joking. It's okay, my friend. I promise.
Okay,
And honestly,
okay,
you are good. Never apologize unless I tell you to, but never apologize.
okay. Fine. 10 punches is not 10 punches in the corner and a crossbody is not. Uh, I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
expand
Let's keep moving.
expand
Let's
your
keep moving.
repertoire, Harley. Nah, we love you, Harley.
Right.
We love you so much. We are wanting you to do great things, and you will get there with more ring time and more training. And we love you, girl. But yeah, Hikaru Shida basically told them they ain't shit.
Yeah.
Lord. And I
Yes.
was just like, the girls are fighting. And I'm here for it. Speaking of the girls are fighting, Chris Statlander's in action. She is taking on one of a face that we are familiar with from other appearances. Miss Becca is facing Chris Statlander here. Uh, Tune-up match for Chris. She wins, but Becca showed off some really good stuff, and I liked what I saw.
Yeah. She Chris Statlander gave Becca a lot. Um and I really like that because Becca is fantastic. On Becca on God, you know what they say. And I don't know why we need to build Chris Statlander. Like th- this was just odd for me. To be honest with you, because I was like, we know who Chris is. Like, she can have a great match at any time. Like,
Like, okay. I'm like,
here's
whatevs.
if they were like trying to build like the story between uh, Sheeta and Stat, there was no interaction. If unless I missed something, like
No, because like I listen, I notice all the weird details. Benny, you know this. The rest of the BC WrestlePod boys know this. Like, I pay attention to the weirdest of details, but I feel like
hmm,
we skipped a couple steps in plot progression between like why Sheeta and Chris are interacting like this outside of because that is literally how a lot of this goes. It's just why? Because. Because of what?
yeah,
No, just because.
like we were both former champions, and like we
Okay.
used to back in the day. You had like 3 matches like 4 years ago. What are we doing?
Listen, I suspend my disbelief a lot for professional for wrestling, but even then, I gotta call out my shenanigans on this one because
That's what I'm saying.
I suspend my disbelief in professional wrestling, but even then, I have questions, Tony, about this.
It's like I got receipts and they're all from your company, dude.
Gosh, Tony, I love you, but dang, man, like I suspend my disbelief when I watch professional wrestling, but even this is a stretch.
Right? I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to follow along. you know?
Like I want to be a supportive friend in this whole entire interaction, but we need the plot and we need some details. Once we get that, then I'm 100% behind it. That is just what we need, Tony. But
Yeah. I
we
just
will
need
continue to
breadcrumbs.
watch
That's
anyways.
all.
For reals. Anywho, we're gonna keep this going though, because right after this match, I saw this and I'm like, this is gonna be a good match. Also, Adam Priest, you gonna die.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like,
I didn't
Tommy
notice the
Billington,
shoulder pads in
avenge
the
your friend.
right? Yes. I'd love to see that match. Bruce versus Tommy Billington. Also, side note, can we get Tommy Billington and Adam Priest a tag name? Because saying Tommy Billington and Adam Priest does not roll off the tongue. You know?
I know that Tommy Billington is like using the moniker Dynamite Kid, so I'm like, I don't know if you want to combine that moniker with Adam Priest's last name, so call it Dynamite Priest or or whatever.
Yeah.
I was
There's
like,
no
I'm
bad
here for
there's no bad thoughts in workshopping.
this. I'm gonna give you the Shakespearean middle finger. Anyways, but speaking of giving people the Shakespearean middle finger, metaphorically speaking, Bruce gave the middle finger to Adam Priest because he beat this man to a crisp. Adam Priest tried, but it is Roosh. And I'm like, damn, you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Yeah. I didn't see this one going very long because of their styles. They're both very smash mouth, and that's exactly what we got. And I was a little bit surprised that Adam Priest didn't get a little bit more in, but then again, they're building Roost for something. So here's hoping it's something good.
I hope so, man. Like, I know we always do start and stop with Roosh because of injury, or he's about to destroy a bunch of people backstage, or
Yeah.
he's constantly getting his lovely wife pregnant. But
Yeah.
honestly, here's hoping that Roosh is being set up for something good. This is fun, and the crowd is behind Roosh, man. So let's capitalize on it. Alrighty, we move on from this though because uh Persephone and Alex Windsor. Like, I know Jamie Hayter's ready to come back. Can we have Persephone to make this a trio? I'm just saying. Like, god damn.
Yeah. I'm done with that. I actually really like this match, and it really showed how much I miss Sky Blue as a wrestler. Like we don't. I feel like we don't get to see Sky Blue in ring as much as we used to, and she's not. She hasn't lost a step, and that is certainly her strength is her in ring ability, and they should definitely let her shine a little bit more.
Facts. And then, of course, you got Julia running around causing problems because of the miss. That is how Tekla and Sky are able to win. Also, sidebar Tekla is funny as hell because, like, when she and Alex Windsor were having that back and forth, I was just like, I keep cracking up. It's just like, I wasn't fired from Stardom. Okay, I was fired from Stardom. Also, Alex Windsor now have a new British insult calling people a tit. I was like, what is this insult? I'm so here for this.
Yeah, they had said something a couple like last week or something, like Jamie Hayter and Alex Winter, and I was like, I'm gonna have to Google that word because I have no idea what that means.
Right.
You
And
know?
again, Alex Winter calling Tekla like a delusional tit. I was like, what is happening? But no, Tekla's great. Like when she just
Mm.
goes off, she's so funny, and I love her for it. Like she can wrestle, and I love her. But like it's like the Okada effect. It's like just give them a little bit of freedom, let them be a tiny bit funny, and the crowd is behind them. I wasn't fired from Stardom. Okay, I was fired from Stardom. And listen, I'm not a performer by any means, but like the timing of that was so good. Like she said the
Mm.
first part, let it sit for the crowd, and then she retorted, and I'm on the floor laughing.
Yeah, because like you could you could see her thinking, right, about the about the retort, you know. And one thing I thought was really cool about this match was that you got three women's champions all in this match. Like you get the AEW Women's Champion, you get the NJPW Strong Openweight Women's Champion, and the CMLL Women's Champion, which is pretty freaking neat. And Sky Blue, I
And
love.
Sky. But no, we love Sky in this household. Hey, you know what? If this means that we're setting up some stuff because Miss Persephone is here, we might if we're setting stuff up for Forbidden Door, I'm not gonna be upset. Or even with Alex too, I was just like, "You're the New Japan Strong Women's Champion." Just
Yeah, just
saying.
like looking at this graphic, I was like, "Ooh, can I have? Can we please have Alex versus Persephone at some point? Because whoa, boy,
Good God. So we're about to have some really great matches, both in AEW and Ring of Honor too. Because let's not forget that Persephone is part of that Women's Survival of the Fittest match for Athena's title at Supercard, and I'm excited.
oh, that's right.
Listen,
Stephanie and
Athena,
Trishadora.
yes, Athena, Persephone, Trishadora, Yuka Sakazaki is in this match. Freaking Billy Starks is in it. I'm like, good God, we are about to have a fantastic match. Lord help us. And honestly, if this is where you want Athena to lose, because she doesn't like honestly, perfect situation for it.
Fine.
Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, let's keep this going. We got a little bit left in the tank for Collision. Next up, the AEW National Championship, Jungle Jack Perry versus El Clon. I love that we are getting an evolution of El Clon because now he's ripping off like the eye sockets of his mask to show the context underneath. And I'm like, yes, we love good character development. And okay, fun little fact. I love that wherever El Clon wrestles, he takes like their top person and begins to quote unquote clone them. So, like this past weekend when El Clon was in Mexico, he hacked the system and came out in his colors version, and he looked like a dark version of Mystico. He looked like the White Power Ranger, like when it first was appearing in the TV show. He was the evil version of Mystico, and like I love that he is like cloning and being the evil version of like the luchadors that he wrestles. But um, this was a fun match. I had fun.
I'm gonna be a little bit out of a character tonight and say this was probably one of the best matches I've seen in a while out of Jack. Um,
Yes.
I really like because like I honestly believe that like with Jack, like if he's going up against a luchador, he's absolutely fine. Like he can match them, you know. They might have to slow down a little bit to catch to help him catch up because you know he only wrestles once a week or whatever for 5 years. But like, of course, I had to get some shade in there. Come on, like, come on, and but like I agree with El Clone is slowly becoming one of my favorite uh luchadors on the roster. Uh, that delayed Pele kick thing, like gets me every time, and he never hits it the same twice, so that's nice. Like here, like he like threw Jack into the corner, and as Jack was coming back out, he hit it. I thought that was really cool, and like I can't wait for that hologram El Clone feud whenever that happens. You know.
Honestly, I would love to see this be a feud for Perry, especially now that we have gotten away from him and Ricochet. So let El Clon be the person he feuds with. And I'm gonna be honest, I love Jungle Jack Perry, but I'm also here for an El Clon National Championship title run. That's just me though. That's just me. Anyways, let's keep this going. Anthony Bowens is in the ops now. We got that official answer. Moving on.
That he is.
I was like, well, at least he'll be on my TV screen more often, so I'm not going to complain about that. And now that Joe is back, I'm like, actually, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Nope. Which makes me wonder. I'm like, I hope nothing bad happened to Ciabatta bread. Anyways, main event time, second verse, same as the first. I felt like we watched this match already. Was I entertained? Yes. Solid main event. Demand looked great. Hurt Syndicate fighting with the Gates of Agony has me intrigued. Because that's a lot of meat in that ring. Very interested that we keep having Jericho do. So it's just like, I'm not mad at it, but I'm like, color me intrigued.
So you know when they say fight forever?
Not this one. I'm just kidding.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Not
No.
this one.
No.
Because we've already seen we've already seen every single stipulation match there can be here, you know? MVP even wrestled a match in this feud. What are we doing? Could one of these old men stop and ask for direction? Because we lost.
We lost the plot. We lost the plot. Again, like I said, second verse, same as the first, but no, I don't want this.
I feel so bad for that crowd. They're like, this is the main event? Like what? We sat in 4 hours and you give us 2006 WWE?
I am so serious. They should have switched this and had the AEW Trios Championships main event the show. Send the crowd home happy.
Oh, that crazy 10-man tag. You know, like I would have happily stuck around for that.
Happy. Anyways,
I literally just when I was watching it the other day, I was like, oh, that's the main event. Cool, I'll come back, and I watched it today. You know,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was fine. It was no harm, no foul. But like, it looked like Bobby like his knee or his ankle gave out like when he was hitting Leona with the spear.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, we just got you back. What? No.
Yeah, because apparently we can't use Shelton without Bobby. So Bobby can't get injured.
Nah, I'm here for a Shelton singles run. Like, honestly, him and Kevin Knight can feud, and I'd be here for it. Yeah, they already showed that they can go, and they're so good in terms of chemistry. We've seen it before.
Right. Oh my God.
I don't know, man, but the demand to
win. Tell we're frustrated with this already.
Oh my God. The demand win. We're done. Like that is Collision. That is AEW this week. We got lots of fun stuff this week. Like, God. Oh man, like that main event left a bad taste in my mouth after what it was pretty solid week of AEW television this week.
Right?
God, Tony.
This is what you close out on.
Anyways. So, all right, that is it for us this week for AEW. A little bit of some program announcing. We will not have a live episode next week because I am being called away to some other business that I need to take care of. But I will have something up as like a quick rundown of Dynamite and Collision because we are on the road to Double or Nothing. So some crazy shit might happen this tomorrow night and on Saturday. So we need to keep that going. So there will be a pre-tape video probably next Tuesday. But but we have a lot of stuff that is still happening this week. Tomorrow night, doubleheader, NXT and CMLL. We are back to our normally scheduled programming. So that is our doubleheader tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, we have Mystery Wrestling 25. And as much as I enjoyed it, I will be the first to say, Uno, thank God that the next iteration is not until June. Because we have seen so much mystery wrestling this month, which is not a bad thing. And JVL's going to kill me from the Netherlands. But I am glad that we're having a little bit of a break. So, anywho. And then on Friday, we have our TNA post show, which we're going to talk a lot of smack. We're going to have lots of fun. And yeah, so that is going to be a fun week. But that's going to be all it for us here this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home. Remember to take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. See you tomorrow for NXT and CMLL. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.